if you can break the system isn't strong enough. A client said to me the other day that people are getting the system wrong, and there are consistent screw-ups within the organisation. So we discussed the saying, if you can break the system, your system isn't strong enough. So, for example, have you got people within the organisation who aren't following the correct steps in the process? Ask yourself, have they been trained properly? Do they need training again? Have you tried using a checklist in there? Do you have checklists? Or are you finding that occasionally numbers or figures are being entered incorrectly? There are errors occurring along the way throughout the process. Have you tried including steps? Steps in another process to ensure that someone is confirming whether those figures are consistent or not, or upgrading the system so that items are only being entered into the system once. An example of that one is that recently I experienced a situation where an order was coming in, and it would go through the operations process of the business. They would go and deliver what they had to deliver, and it would also initiate that invoicing process, and it would come around the other way. So operations and the invoicing finance process, they would come through, and they got to the other end, and there were 3 widgets that had been made, but there was an invoice for 4. And so somewhere someone had made an error. Now, introducing a step at that bottom point where someone physically has to tick a box to say, yes, there are 3 widgets sitting here, and there are 3 widgets that we're invoicing for, is a simple example, but it's a step in the process that if there's no tick in the box, then it is not allowed to be sent out. And that's something that can avoid you having quality issues or screw-ups within your organisation. And so it's as simple as introducing those sorts of things. Now, another good example of a world leader, like if you think of Toyota. Toyota's a world leader in lean processing and continuous improvement. In fact, I think they coined the term lean processing. Now, they designed their process so that it's a just-in-time process, the system, and that highlights weak links. What I mean by just-in-time is that they don't have stockpiles. If this person is going and creating a car part here, they don't allow a big stockpile sitting here just in case there's a breakdown here so this guy can continue working on. They design it so as that item comes out of this production line, it more or less goes into the hand of the next area of the production line, and it's all just in time. There's no buffer in that situation. And the reason they designed that is because it makes people think about what could go wrong here. And if someone comes up with something that could go wrong, they look at putting measures in so that that won't go wrong. Now, I know that sort of introduces a level of risk, and a lot of business owners would sort of say, well, they're Toyota. They can afford to have that buffer, or they can afford not to have that buffer, or afford to have that breakdown time when something does actually break down or go wrong. But it's the chicken and egg situation, and in this case, that is how Toyota became Toyota. They implemented that process before they were the Toyota that we know. So there's an opportunity for anyone else who wants to go through and think about implementing systems that almost highlight areas of weakness. There's a really good opportunity for you to go ahead and improve your systems. Therefore, if you go about, you want to look for areas within your system that are weak, and then you can go through the process of repairing them. So welcome those opportunities and take advantage of them. I know we've all heard the saying that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I really don't like that saying. I think it's a lazy man's version of I don't want to deal with that at the moment. Now, if you want a process that's got continuous improvement in there and continuous growth, you need to be looking at it from a risk management point of view. What's the likelihood of this certain consequence occurring? And can I accept that risk? Is that risk acceptable? And if I can't accept that risk, then I need to do something about it. So that's introducing risk management into the design of our system. Now, I'm only touching on the surface here, but look, if you want to know more about how to design business systems that are continuously improving and that are increasing your business's ability to produce reliable, consistent, high-quality results, please click on the link below or go to systemstrategy.com.au for more information. I look forward to hearing from you and providing any assistance you may need. Thank you.